Alright guys, welcome back to the YouTube channel. Today I have a game in the 215b to show you guys, and this is just a really good game that I had with my friend Revenge. Unfortunately the game didn't go his way at all. He ended up getting knocked out about midway through the game just because he got ambushed really. But the 215b, this is one of my favorite tier 10 heavy tanks. This and the E5 are neck and neck. I would have to say, though, if I had to choose one, I actually would choose the 215b just because the gun performance is just a little better, and it is the best handling gun on any heavy tank in the game. So this tank, it has 2,500 hit points. The rate of fire is 6.9 rounds a minute, which is very high for a heavy tank. Mounts a 120mm gun, same one from the Tortoise and the Conqueror. And the gun has excellent stats. It has below a 2-second aim time. It has in the low 0.3 accuracies, and I think it's 0.32 or something like that. It's very low. It has very low dispersion between shots, and it has very high penetration of 259, and it fires a PCR, which I do like better than heat, because with heat, like the T110E5 uses, you cannot shoot through tracks. So overall, I think this tank is just a tad better than the E5. However, I do love them both to death, and if I don't like having to choose between them. But initially here we're moving in to the assault, going to the hill, and we see a medium tank trying to get an early spot off. So let's see if we can't put one into him. Slam one right into the T-54 on the move, tracking him as well. He's trying to come back and get something at us. He misses, and we stop, fire at him again. Our excellent rate of fire and excellent accuracy and excellent aim time all give us the equation to the point where we can just stop like that, do a quick snapshot, and keep going. So already we've racked up some damage on that T-54, putting him down to at least 60 to 50% health. Now I know that they have two STB-1s, and I really want to stop them from controlling this ridge because I know they're going to go here. Where else would they go? So I'm talking to Revenge, and we're both going to make our way over here, and lo and behold, here's one of them. The STB-1 has a very well-angled turret, and trying to punch through it is a little hard, so initially here, this is where I wanted to stop them. I didn't want them to get any farther than they are right now. And our excellent turret armor means they're not going to be able to pen us in any way from this location that we're at. Now I'm just hanging out here. I'm trying to stay as hull down as I can. I know these guys aren't going to push me. Missed that one. I wasn't too sure why that missed. He might have been coming up the hill, and I might have straightened my shot a little bit. Managed to hit the AMX's big weak spot there. And it's at this moment when I'm starting to realize that I'm pretty sure I have this flank secured, because now I have backup, and also the fact that those STBs haven't pushed yet. For some reason, the AMX is pushing, even though he shouldn't be, and he's dead already. So he did absolutely nothing that game. And then the RD comes in and just whacks one of those STBs. And this is when I feel like it's safe to move up. Me and Revenge are moving up. I really want to catch this guy before he runs off, and we just managed not to catch him. Now it's at this point where a lot of people make the mistake of following a medium tank like that all the way down and getting ambushed by everybody camping along the ridgeline down there, or trying to push all the way to that ridgeline and claim that area, because while that is viable in some situations, this is a defense. So I figure as long as they're not coming down the mountain, or they're not coming out of the little ridge that we're coming up on right now, that there's no point in pushing unless you really feel you have to or you should. But we have a very good matchup here, and there's no point in me trying to go chase that guy, really. And here we see the 215b isn't too slow at all. It'll get along at 35 kilometers an hour, 30 kilometers an hour, pretty fine. It's one of the slower tier 10 heavy tanks. It's sort of in the mid-range, but it's definitely not slow. And with the rear-mounted turret, it does give this tank a type of versatility that other tanks, as the E5, don't have. So now we're just hanging around the ridge lines. We're trying to see where the enemy team is going to try and push next. In all reality, the mid game for me wasn't really that exciting in this game. I'm just sort of driving around looking for damage that I can scoop off, because the enemy team for some reason made a push on that flank, which honestly I never really find to be that successful. instead of pushing the hill, which is very successful if you get through, because you can conquer all the ridge lines and shoot into everybody on that flank. Now we get spotted, and that's one of those T-54s from earlier that we were trying to attack. Try to put one into the 1390 there, just couldn't sneak it in. Miss a second shot. 1390 is just so quick, it's kind of hard to lead a shot from that distance, but it's okay. But one big problem with the 215B is it doesn't hold too much ammo. If I'm not mistaken, it only holds 32 rounds, which really isn't too much for a tank with such a high rate of fire, and 400 alpha damage isn't low by any means, but for a tier 10 tank, it's not exactly high. So you have to be very careful when you're shooting this tank not to just start wasting shots, because if you waste too many, you'll quickly find yourself out of ammo. Alright, and as I said, we're just hanging out around the mid-ridge, and that's when Revenge pushes up, and he's doing exactly what I did not want to do, because I knew there'd be campers over there. I knew they'd be waiting on that ridge line, and pretty soon he's going to unfortunately fall. Because the 215B has very good turret armor, has a good frontal plate, but it does not have good side armor. Missing the medium tank that's moving across. See, now these guys did what they should have done at the beginning of the game and took aggressive positions over here so that they can conquer this flank. So now we're putting one into the 183. I want to make sure this guy does not get our hull. If he gets our hull, we'll be in big trouble. So we're going to keep putting some fire on him. That's the guy I want to focus. If I can take the 183 out, I'm pretty much home free. See, the SDB is trying to flank us. Put one into him. Keep backing up. I know the team has the flank behind us, so I'm not afraid about getting shot in the back. 215B comes out for another poke. Damage him again. Keep moving back. If this 183 is going to shoot us, we want to make sure he shoots us in our turret, because he really won't have a penetrating hit there. But instead, he YOLOs around the corner and unfortunately takes out one of our teammates. But now that the SDB is for some reason YOLOing in over there instead of honing down on me, this is my opportunity just to go finish off the 183 before he's able to reload and kill me or another teammate. And we kill him, shooting into that juicy, weak side armor. And we back up, and we spot a full health IS-7 Now he'll be a factor a little bit later into this game. But right now we have a big numbers advantage. I think they just killed the STB-1, and our team is pretty much on a roll here. We are up by, I think, 3 or 4 tanks, and, you know, we're just steamrolling these guys. Now we're heading back to base to defend a little bit. We want to make sure these guys don't get behind us and somehow make a clutch play or anything. So we're moving back to base, trying to intercept whatever tank just took out our artillery. And that's when we spot the SDB-1, who we saw earlier, who I thought died, but actually hadn't died and had managed to slip through that flank. Now we managed to track him here, put 2 shots into him, and then this is when he realizes he can't fight me like this. He repairs and he moves. This was a smart move by him. He did it a little bit too late because he's lost a lot of health already due to this gun's great rate of fire. And now he's doing the smart thing and is going to fight me on a little hill where his gun depression really helps him out. This is where I start to, not panic, but I start to get a little bit too excited here because I really want that kill. I missed my first shot. He peeks over the ridge, damages me. I missed the second shot. I shouldn't have even a shot there. Now we draw him. We keep backing up. We draw him all the way over the hill. He hits us again. Now this time we don't fire, we wait. We want to make sure we nail this next shot because I can't have this guy just keep chipping away at my health. And that's when he gives us just a little bit too much of his side armor, and we nail the STB. And it's also at that moment when I ran out of regular AP rounds, and then here comes Mr. Full Health IS-7. Now the IS-7's frontal armor is very, very strong, and with regular AP rounds, I really wouldn't be able to penetrate it too reliably unless I was shooting only that bottom plate. But now the fact that I have only APCR loaded, because that's all I have, this means that my 326 millimeters of penetration is more than enough to go through the IS-7's front plate. He bounces his shot on us, and this just shows the gun performance of this tank. He shot us once for the time that we were able to shoot him 4 times. And I do a little celebration there, I'm all happy. And I realized I'd had a good game once I realized I was running out of ammo. It's usually how you can tell. Picking up 105,000 credits, just over 4,500 XP for the ×2. Got a lot of our ops done for that day. Got the Fire for Effect medal, the Duelist medal, the High Caliber. I always love getting those high calibers. Always good. The Bruiser medal, and the Mastery 1. The Mastery badge just evading us there. And our usual ribbons, finishing with just over 6,000 damage. And that just shows you the gun performance of the 215B. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed, and subscribe for more. Thanks guys.